Okay, this video is going to be talking about images. So when you go to a page and you want to change an image on it, this is how you do that. First up, we're going to show you how to change an image that's just sitting on the page like this, and then after that, I'm going to show you how to edit a page in the background, the image in the background. So you click Enable Visual Builder. Once the page loads, you'll scroll down to the spot that you want to edit. You'll hover over it and click on the module settings gear. Then you can just click right on the image and select a new image here. You can also upload a file by dragging and dropping it into this by clicking the uploaded files and select files, or you can just choose one of these other images that you already have. Something else important is on the right-hand side, there's attachment details. It's important that all images you upload have alt text, which is basically just describing what the image shows. That way, if someone who cannot see or if someone does not have internet access for a moment and their image doesn't load, then they will know what it was of. So for this, I would type in basket of produce. And then you scroll down to the bottom and make sure that the size is full size. If the image is really big, then it will slow down the page. So the most important piece of this is to make sure that you have resized or cropped or adjusted any images to the exact size of what it's going to be on the page before you upload it. If you need help with that, then you can let us know. So then you click Upload an Image and you click on the green check mark, and as you can see here, the image is now changed. Another thing that you can do is change a background image. So I'm going to go over here to Module Settings, scroll to the bottom, and click on Background. As you can see, here's the background image. Again, you can just click on it or you can click Delete. Either way, say Add a background image. And then you scroll through and find one that works. You want to add alt text again. Scroll down, make sure that it's full size, click Upload an Image, click the green check mark, and you're all set to go. Now, sometimes when you're adding background images, the wrong part of it will be showing. So say it's a really tall image and the section isn't that tall, then it might zoom into the middle and you may say, oh, someone's head is cut off, or it's just not showing properly. So when you go back down into the background, if you scroll down, there's the background image size and position and repeat. So the position is what you'll focus on. If you want someone's head goes a little higher than what's showing, you might want to say top center, and then it'll start at the top in the middle and zoom in from there. And if there's something in the top left of the corner that's the focus, you'll click on that. So as you can see, you just choose where the focus is of your subject, and then you'll click on that, and it should zoom in the proper location. Click on Save Changes, and once again, you're all set there. Now, there are also blurbs, and in these, there are images. So you might want to click Module Settings on that, go down to Image and Icon, and that's where you change that. Say you want to switch all of these to be icons instead of images, you'd click Delete, say Use Icon, and then you choose an icon that best fits. All right. Let's see what else we have here. Then there's also portfolio items and projects and blog posts, and all of those have different image settings as well. But the easiest way to choose an image or when you need to change something is to click on the module settings, and if it doesn't show up with an image option, then it might be stuck inside of the post itself. So these here are from our portfolio, and those are projects. So you would go to the project itself, and these are the featured images. Same with these blog posts down here. But other than that, all the images on here, for example, this of the ocean is already in the page. So this is in the background. You can go through and select a new image just like this. And there we have it. So most images are going to be in the background or in the blurb or just an image itself. You can also add a new module by clicking on the gray plus button and typing in image, and then you can add the image just like that. There are a lot of settings also that can go along with the image. So say I want to place this image here and then I want to do some other settings on it. For example, I can go to design and maybe I want it to be centered or to the right. And that doesn't make a lot of sense unless the row has extra room on the right or left, then that would make more sense. Then you can go to sizing and you can change how big it is. This is mostly important if the image is butting up against something on the right or the left. Otherwise, I would just leave it on auto. Then you can add spacing. So right now it has a little bit of padding below the image, but you can add more. You can add more to the top as well. You can also do margin, which is different than padding, and that's a little bit harder to explain, but let's just stick with padding for now. You can add a border. So if you want to have something on all four sides, then you do that with this and change the color down here. You can also click on the eyedropper icon and choose a new color just by scrolling around there. Or you can remove that. You can also change the opacity of it. So if you want it to be, say, this gold, but not super obvious, see how you can see through the gold a little bit, you can turn the opacity down. And then again, you can undo the border width here. Let's reset this setting by hovering over and clicking the little back arrow. And then you can go and just add a border to the top, or just to the bottom, or the right or the left. Then you can change the border style. So it can be grooved, it can have an inset, it could be dashed or dotted. Most of the time they won't look particularly great unless you do solid, but that is up to you. And again, you can reset the settings by clicking on this little icon here when you hover over it. You can also add a box shadow. So you can experiment with what they look like by clicking on different ones. I like these three the best. This one also works. When you change it, you can also go down and change the settings of where it's showing up. So if you want the shadow to be way over to the right, but not actually down below the bottom at all, you can change it to 0 pixels there, or you can maybe have it go backwards. You can have it blur, you can have it spread out, and you can change the color, all of these things. Again, when you hover over settings, you can click this icon to reset it. And then you can add a filter. So for images, you may want to make it black and white. That would be turning the saturation all the way down. Maybe you want to change it to be a different color. You can do that here. You can increase the contrast. You can increase the brightness. You can invert it. You can turn the opacity down so that you can see through it. All of these things are possible with the filters options. And you can also add an animation. So when someone loads the page, it might fade in or slide in. So when the page loads and they first scroll down, they'll see it do one of these actions, and you can change how long it takes. So if you increase the milliseconds, then it'll be slower. If you make it this way, it'll be faster. You can also delay. So say you want it to wait 1.4 seconds before it shows up. That's what that would be. You can make it less intense or more intense. And you can also start it out as partial opacity. right, so those are most of the settings that you would ever deal with on an image, and hopefully it's not too confusing. If you have questions about how to use the image module or anything along those lines, feel free to reach out to us. And remember, if you have finished your work on that page, you'll click on the purple icon in the middle, and then you'll click Save on the right, and then you can exit the Visual Builder. And if you see the words WP Rocket here, then make sure to hover over that when you're done and click Clear Cache. That's after you've exited the Visual Builder. All right, I hope this helps.